Hello everybody and welcome back to our playthrough of Neverwinter Nights, the original campaign. We're here outside the Green Griffin Inn where we just won Mutamin's challenge. He has a custom dungeon that he runs people through. And we were the first successful adventurer to do so. We're going to explore the rest of this area here, but first we're actually going to take a quick trip back to town because we have a significant upgrade that we can get by talking to Daelan Red Tiger on our amulet, because we found a special quest item of his. But first we can do a little bit of selling. We have a full backpack. Alright, let's get some purchases. Although we'll be the ones doing all this selling. Alright. Full plate, a Mascari shield, 2600. I think that's the only thing I have in the magic bags. Let's see. Full strength we can sell. Oh, nope, can't sell that. At first I thought that was the Alexandrite, but that one's actually a quest item. Let's see. Dara's hammer, 3200, not bad. We want to hold on to the Ring of Elemental Resistance. Actually, we want to put it on. Alright, so hard armor, half plate +1, some spells, a journal, some jewelry, braces of dexterity +1. Useful if you're an archer or somebody that uses finesse, but we are not, so we don't have to worry about that. Hammer of Justice. That's not bad. Let's see what the gnomish magnetic armor gets us. Oh, 2s across the board. Ring of Fortitude we can get rid of. Let's see, Ganon's journal we can't sell. Oh, that's because I think we have to hand it over to Aribeth. Ooh, that's a lot of money. Look at this piece of armor. I mean, it's got some cool stuff, especially the mind of... I mean, it's a good mix of different things. So yeah, I'd say that's pretty good. We just don't need it particularly for what we're trying to accomplish. The setup that we have going. Alright, we have a lot of... Let's see. Do I have any slad tongues back here? So I have a gargoyle skull. I don't have any slad tongues. So I'll hold on to that. Probably don't need 2 gargoyle skulls. Rod of Terror. This could be useful. It's something we could use, but I never intend to actually use it. I intend to fight everybody by just taking them on head on. Face first kind of thing. Also, we can put our other belt down here. And we probably will not be using the Favian Circlet. I'll hang on to it just in case, but chances are we'll mostly be using the Golden Circlet. We'll be holding on to our Amulet of Electrical Resistance in case we want to use that. That has some special properties. Alright, yeah, I don't need all these. I mean, this is just too many reagents, to be honest. Don't need them all. Bodax tooths are more rare, so I'm going to keep those around. But all these other small things I'll probably drop. Alright. That's some good purchasing for now. Let's get out of here. How are we doing on cash flow? We're up to almost 40,000. Not bad at all. Alright, so we want to talk to Daelan Red Tiger. We don't have anybody else's quest item yet. But we are the proper level. We're level 10 now. So we can advance the quest line for our companion.
It is a pleasure to see you again, though not altogether unexpected. I had heard that Aribeth recruited you to stamp out the foul cult that was responsible for the plague.
I'm surprised to see you here, Daelan. I know we went our separate ways, COVID, but it seems the gods have seen fit to bring us together once more. After we parted ways in Neverwinter, I returned to the trade of blades to offer my skills for hire. It was there I was approached by Lady Aribeth on behalf of Lord Nasher himself. It seems Lord Nasher is determined to root out the cult that brought so much suffering to his city. He has ordered all the mercenaries in Neverwinter to come to Port Last to join in the search. So are you conscripted into service by Aribeth? When Aribeth recruited the mercenaries, we were all paid in advance for our services. Well paid. Lord Nasher is sparing no expense in tracking down these cultists. Our instructions were simply to make ourselves available to whomever requires our assistance. So in that spirit, is there anything I can do for you? Do you have any information on the cult behind the Wailing Death? I have heard nothing of the cult, though many suspect, as I do, that answers might be found in the city of Luskan. Luskan? That city has long been an enemy of Neverwinter, an evil blight upon the north. It is widely acknowledged as a place, as the home of murderers and thieves, a place with no honor. It would not surprise me to discover links to the cult in that den of evil. Is there anything else I can help you with, COVID? I could use a good fighter by my side. I would be honored to join my blade to your cause. All right.
Yes? Is there something you need?
I just want to talk for a while. My strength is in weapons, not words, COVID. If we're adventuring companions, I'd like to know a little bit more about you. There are no great secrets about me, COVID. I am what I am. My father was an orc. My mother was an Utgard of the Red Tiger tribe. I know nothing of my father. My mother would never speak of him. But I was raised among the Red Tiger tribe in the customs and traditions of the Utgard people. I do not know what more I can tell you. Tell me of the Utgard, about your customs and traditions. We Utgard are a simple but noble people. We hunt the herds and live off the land. We worship the gods of our ancestors and the totems of our tribes. Some of the cities fear us. They call us bloodthirsty savages, but they are ignorant of our ways. We are fierce warriors of great courage and honor, even if they do not understand. What was it like for you growing up? I will not lie. I was never allowed to forget about my father's tainted orc blood. Yet if the tribe did not embrace me, at least they tolerated me. Like other young boys of our tribe, I ran and climbed and swam and grew strong. I learned to hunt and fish. I learned the lore of our tribe, and most importantly, I learned the honor of a warrior. With my mother's death, the time came for me to prove myself worthy of the tribe. I left in search of glory and honor in the outside world. To prove my spirit was true, I went to Luskan. Why did you go to Luskan? It was the closest city to our tribe, though I knew nothing of its foul, rotten character. If I had, I would not have gone. I have tried to forget my time in that accursed city, COVID. The memories are not pleasant. This is not the time to speak of such things, COVID. We must focus on rooting out the cult responsible for the Wailing Death. Perhaps we can speak of this later, when the time is right. Let's keep it going.
Yes? Is there some...
I suppose I owe you an explanation of my days in Luskan, COVID. After all, we've been through together. As I told you, I went to Luskan in search of glory and honor. But there is no honor to be found in that wretched city. What happened? At first, I found a warm welcome in Luskan. Half-orcs are accepted there as nowhere else, and I quickly found work as a soldier serving one of the high captain rulers of the city. It was bloody, brutal work. Soldiers from different factions were always battling in the streets. Many men died by my hand during my weeks there. I killed them because I was paid to kill them, because they served a different master. There was no honor in these battles, COVID, only senseless, shameful death. If you hadn't killed them, they would have killed you. You don't understand, COVID. All the killing, all the bloodshed, I liked it. It stirred my soul. Each morning I could taste the coming battles on my tongue and feel the rush of combat in my veins. I reveled in the slaughter like an animal, like a beast. It fed the dark taint of my father's orc blood and left a stain on my soul. I do not know how far I would have fallen had fate not intervened and saved me from myself. What do you mean by fate intervening? My fury in battle earned me a promotion, and I was sent to the Luskan flesh markets to guard the slaves in their stockades. My first night at the stockades, the guards brought a new batch of slaves. Among them was an old man, naked and feeble. I recognized the tattoos on his face as the markings of an Utgard holy man. I did not know him. He was from another tribe, but seeing him brought in, hands shackled behind his back, brought shame crashing down upon me. You helped them escape, didn't you? At first, I did nothing. The old man looked at me as he passed, and I saw in his eyes that he knew I was one of the Utgard, and he knew what I had become. Without warning, the old man threw himself at the nearest guard, a foolish gesture of defiance, for he was still shackled and bound. He was knocked to the floor, and the guards began to beat him. My world vanished beneath a veil of blood-red rage. When I came to my senses, I stood bathed in gore. The other guards in the stockade all lay dead by my hand. What about the old man? The old man lay bleeding on the floor, stabbed by one of the guards during the fight. As I crouched over him, I saw his wounds were fatal. He gazed up at me and spoke in a voice choked with blood. "Free the others." With my axe, I hacked away the chains of the other slaves in the stockades. Once they had all fled into the night, I returned to the old man's side. "Go," he said, with his dying breath. I could do nothing more for him, so I fled before my actions were discovered. I left Luskan that night, a man saved from himself by another's sacrifice. We all have a dark side, Daelan. You have faced yours and triumphed over it. I thank you for your words, Covid, and I would like to believe you, but I know what I did in Luskan. I know the vile appetites I fed. I cannot deny my father's blood is within me. I can only hope to overcome this blight so that I may someday prove my spirit worthy of the Uthgard. Only then will my tribe welcome me back. Until then, this is my burden to bear, one of many. What do you mean by one of many? Forgive me, Covid. You have been a good friend to listen to my tale, but there are some things that I am not yet ready to share with you. This is not the time to speak of such things, Covid. We must focus on rooting out the cult responsible for the Wailing Death. Perhaps we can speak on this later, when the time is right.
Yes?
This is the correct time. You have been a true friend to me, Covid. I have been reluctant to speak to you on this, but you did help me recover my mother's brooch. Perhaps you can help me with this as well. I was not completely honest with you about the reasons I left my tribe. It is true I was sent away to prove myself, but there was another reason as well. My mother's death was a violent one. She was brutally slain in a bandit raid on our camp, and I have vowed not to return to my tribe until I avenge her murderer. Do you know who killed her? I was out hunting with a band of warriors when the attack came. The raiders hid and waited for us to leave, and then sneaked in with the advantage of numbers. My tribe was outnumbered nearly 2 to 1, but they managed to drive the attackers off. 3 of our warriors fell in the battle, as did my mother. How are you going to track down the bandit who killed her? Do you remember when I told you of my vision quest? How my mother's brooch would bring me dreams to guide my quest? Last night I had a dream. My mother's spirit sent me this vision. I am certain of it. In my dream, I saw a terrible axe, dripping blood from its notched blade. It was the weapon used to slay her. If I can find the axe, I will know I have found her killer. You may think me a fool, Covid, but I believe I will find that axe. I must, or my mother's spirit will never truly be at peace. I will not abandon the search for the cultists behind the plague. I have pledged my blade to you, and it is yours as long as you need me. But I also vow that I will not rest until I find the axe with the notched blade that slew my mother. This axe has a notched blade. Is this the one that you saw in your vision? Yes, yes. That is the blood-soaked blade that has haunted my dreams. Then, the one who wields it is dead? Yes, he was a dwarf named Gorkin. They told me there was a sinister dwarf among the bandits, one of many who escaped the battle. Then it is over. My mother is avenged, and her spirit can finally rest. Thank you, Covid. Once again, you have proven yourself to be the greatest of friends. Words cannot properly explain the gratitude I feel. I regret that I can offer you nothing as a reward but my thanks, my friendship, and my courage in battle. The reward you offer is greater than you know, Daelan. Thank you again, Covid. My mother is avenged, and her spirit is at peace. Now let us return to the task at hand. Those behind the Wailing Death must still be dealt with. Alright.
Yes?
Sounds good. Let's leave him here. But now, our Amulet of the Red Tiger +1 is now an Amulet of the Red Tiger Tribe +3. So we got an extra 2 strength. We still get to keep our immunity to fear, which is great. And now we have a whopping 28 strength. That is bonkers. And our attack bonus is all the way up to 21 and 16, our 2 attacks per round. And then our damage is at a +11 due to our strength and our specialization with scimitars. It's amazing. I guess I can talk to Aribeth real quick. Talk to her about Ganon's journal while I'm here.
I am pleased to see that you remain safe, my friend. Lord Nasher tells me he is confident of your success, though I do worry at the danger in which you place yourself. Have you yet discovered any new information on the cult?
I have located some information about the cult.
This is good news. What have you discovered?
Show her Ganon's journal.
So the cult was responsible for are to be commended for putting an end to that danger indeed. While this information you bring is incredibly valuable, it still does not tell us where the cult is based. We need that information if we are to strike at them. Fortunately, it does mention where more cultists may be found. Charwood and the Neverwinter Woods. Search those places perhaps for the information we seek. Have you found any other information?
Show her the letter to Solomon.
The cult sought to strike against you through an agent, did they? Fortunate for us that their efforts proved fruitless. While this information you bring is incredibly valuable, it still does not tell us where the cult is based. We need that information if we are to strike at them. Fortunately, it does mention... Have you found
it's just a
any
repeat.
other information?
Nothing else, no.
Then I wish you luck.
Aw, man. We didn't get anything cool out of that. No experience points. Oh well.
I am pleased to see that you remain safe, Mike. Have you yet discovered any new information on the cult?
I want to... there's a little bit of role-playing that you can do with Aribeth, so we're going to go into that real quick. You look tired. Have you not been sleeping well?
Why do you ask me that? The spy master put you up to this, didn't he?
No, he didn't.
I see. I suppose my state is obvious enough. Aaron is far more concerned than is warranted, however. Certainly a few bad dreams are not a reason to become alarmed. The servants claim I speak in my sleep and say frightening things. They creep about me cautiously, like I have gone mad. And Aaron pays their superstitious twitterings far more heed than he should. After all that has happened with the plague and Fenthic, I think a disturbing dream or two is not so surprising, wouldn't you agree?
These dreams are disturbing enough to keep you from sleep?
Now you too? Has the world gone mad, or is it me? These dreams are disturbing and frightening, but they shall pass. They are my burden to bear and no one else's.
Real quick, let's switch out our items so we can persuade people. Why don't you tell me about these dreams? Maybe it will help.
Perhaps you are right. Having the perspective of another on these dreams may not be a bad idea. I am falling in the dream, always falling, surrounded by a heavy blackness which chokes and drowns me. Grasping hands reach out to me, and the voices, a cacophony of whispers that plead to me for help. And then I see a shrouded figure. It is Fenthic. He is walking away from me, and I run to catch him, but always he eludes me in the darkness. The voices get so much louder. They are accusing me, blaming me, and I feel ashamed, though I do not know what I am being blamed for. I cry out for help, for them to stop their assault, but I go unheeded. And then I catch up to the figure, and I see that it is not Fenthic. He turns and gazes at me with sad eyes, and I know it is Tyr. And then my god turns his back on me. These are my dreams. Perhaps now you can understand why I have not wished to discuss them. I am frightened of what they may mean.
That's understandable. They would frighten me as well.
That's kind of you to say. I am glad I told you at least. It makes the dream seem a bit smaller now. I do feel better for it, thank you. I am reminded a little of how I was introduced to the Paladin life. You should ask me to tell you the tale sometime. Until then, however, let's return to the subject of your task. That is something we can focus on at least.
Alright.
Go with Tyr's blessing then, and be safe.
Alright. And we'll probably ask for updates from Aribeth when we come in to give her more information on the cultists. Until then, we're going to head back north and go explore more of the area around the Green Griffin Inn. And I'll probably just do a jump cut so you don't have to watch me just walking through the next area. Alright, we are back in the northern road here by the Green Griffin Inn, and there is more to explore in this area. Let's see, there's a dire boar over there. He's already injured. I think this just leads off into the water. Yeah, nothing going on down there. Let's take care of this boar real quick. But I think all the interesting stuff in this area is over in the east.
Now see what a true warrior looks like.
Oh, the butterflies are spectators to this fight. Alright, anything of consequence over here? It's not looking like it. Just a few animals. And if you look up here, this is the gate that leads into Luskan. Although right now we can't get in. The city is quarantined, much like Neverwinter was. Gates are shut. Alright. We're going to check out this southern area first, and then our main stuff is going to be over in the northeast. Man, so what's with all these polar bears we've been finding in this climate? I thought the whole point was this area was close to Neverwinter. You would assume you wouldn't find any polar bears in this region if it's always warm. Interesting. Just a random campfire by the waterfalls. That has a bunch of fire bullets in it. I guess that's how you get fire bullets. You just put them in a fire. More wolves. And dire wolves. These dire wolves can actually swing pretty well. They have a plus 13 to attack. That ain't shabby. No wonder they're hitting me so often. Luckily, I hit pretty often, too. This area smells strongly of wolf, but has signs of human activity. Whatever lives here is not currently at home. Interesting. A general fragment. We'll take a look at that in just a little bit. Aw, man. Well, I'm glad we absorbed the 15 damage, otherwise we would be dead right now. While we're waiting for our paralysis to wear off, let's go ahead and read our journal fragment. This seems to be a fragment of someone's journal. The only words that can be made out are, "I have hunted him for years, and with a simple bite he has turned me into the very thing I hate. I could not bear it if those boys remain werewolves. I shall go and try to discover what has happened to them. Until I find them, I will not return to this cave, this prison where I must pay for my mistake." The cave where this was found shows signs of recent human activity, though the writer seems to have vacated it for the time being. Nice. A potion. I'm definitely going to have to do a quick rest, because if anything else has any traps on it, I will instantly die. I have 5 hit points left.
For honor and glory.
3 gold pieces. Ah, yeah. And another potion. Alright, that'll work. So yeah, we'll be coming back here a little bit later. remember this wolf cave. Alright, so to the north we shall go. If you look at the little map marker, we have a sign here that says Gravekeeper's Shack. And that's where we're going to hang out, at the Gravekeeper's Shack. Hey, Mr. Zombie Warrior. Don't mind me. Alright, let's loot your cabinet first. Potion of Aid. What kind of books you got? The Imp's Prison. Alright. How's it going, Mr. Caretaker? I will want my gear for persuading on.
Good day.
What's this? Someone come to disturb my graveyard? Your graveyard? Yes, my graveyard, damn it. You think these old headstones just clean themselves, do you? Huh. It's a rather small graveyard, isn't it? Well, they moved the graveyard inside the city walls, smarty pants. Nobody comes out here anymore, not that I can mind. Oh, but if they knew, hee hee, my little graveyard has its secret. Oh yes it does. And just what sort of secrets are you talking about? Well, alright, then, listen close. They buried one of the oldest members of the Arcane Brotherhood here. Right here. Oh, yes. What's the Arcane Brotherhood? What? You don't know? By Garl Glittergold's shiny arse, what kind of adventurer are you? The Arcane Brotherhood is Luskin's great order of wizards, holed up in the tallest tower in the city. They control Luskin, but that's a secret, so shush. So what's so interesting about one of them being buried here? This is very interesting because they carved out a whole tomb underneath the mausoleum, full of magics and everything, or so I'm told. You haven't gone down there? Oh, no, no, no. I have the key, of course. There's just, well, zombies down there and such. They come up from time to time. That's why I keep the mausoleum under lock and key. Zombies? Oh, yes, yes. They've been a bit restless for quite some time now. I imagine it's one of those wizards down there, not quite as dead as he should be. You know how it goes. That doesn't frighten you? Us caretakers don't frighten easily. Besides, I imagine that fellow's busy with his books. He won't be bothering me for quite some time. What books? Oh, did I say books? No, I didn't. I said he's busy with his looks. Yeah, that's it. Those undead look of fright, you know. No, you said books. I'm sure of it. Dang blast it. Fine, fine. It just so happens these fool wizards left a whole collection of magical books down there. I don't know why. I bet they just plain forgot about 'em, I guess. Leave it to wizards. I ain't never seen 'em, but my grandpappy did. He said they was huge books, all covered in runes, the kinds of things wizards usually get their robes all in a knot over. Like this one wizard who came by here months back. Eltura, she said her name was, from Port Lass, desperate to find them books. I didn't tell her nothin'. Anyhow, I imagine them books is connected to whatever strangeness is going on down there. I don't mind. I just take things as they come. Why haven't you told anybody about this? Tell who? In case you haven't noticed, people are busy as bees with all their plagues and fighting and such. City's closed up tighter than a salt merchant's pocketbook. Me, I figure they'll notice soon enough when all the zombies begin pouring out of here. All in good time, as my grandpappy used to say. How about you give me that key and I'll go down there? Let you plunder the tomb? Never. Not for less than 200 gold pieces anyway. So we can threaten him, but I feel like I'm just going to try and persuade him for 50 gold pieces instead. Oh my goodness. Alright. Let's try and get him for 100 gold pieces then. Stealing from a little old gnome, eh? Fine, fine. Go ahead and take it. Alright, we gave him 100 gold pieces to get the key, but now we have access. Alright, and we will be entering the tomb next episode. I'll see you guys next time.